came out to protest. Why killing their youth? They were marching towards the barrack in Kaduna State. Military boys, the terrorists, the repentant Boko Haram in Nigerian uniform, and they de-radicalized the Boko Haram and the bandits that have been de-radicalized and reinstated into the military with the Nigerian uniform, but they are terrorists at heart, begin to shoot to those women. Didn't you hear the story? They shot to the mothers of Kaduna people, indigenous Kaduna, because they were protesting, heading towards the barrack, asking them, why will you do this? Why will you arrest our youth who came out to fight this? They were arrested. I think two women were shot by the so-called military terrorists, despite the youth they have executed. So these are the things. Telling us security will investigate and whatever is nonsense. It's just to calm you, because they know the brain of a black man. They'll just calm you down like a dog, like bingo. You rub your head and you calm down. You have forgotten what just happened just a few minutes ago. You don't read history. You don't bring the thing that happens back. Somebody have tell you that is gone. Leave it. Whereby the same seed is still in the heart of that person, and you keep quiet. It will not work, brother. It's not going to help. We must revolt this, fight this, fight this, fight this. We must fight it. And the people of Kaduna that are there, the so-called members of the State House of Assembly in Kaduna State, let me tell you this, the same thing I'm telling to the useless criminals in the State House of Assembly in Imo State, I am telling you people, impeach Malam Nasru El-Rufai if you people claim that you are honest. If he refused to resign, let the members of the State House of Assembly in Kaduna State prove to the world that they are honest people. Even on the process you lose your position, no problem. Prove. A lot of killings have been taking place. A lot of killings has gone. A lot of killings is still going on. Is it not enough for you to prove that indeed you love your people? Move for the impeachment of the governor of Kaduna State, the commander of the Boko Haram, the member of the Kaduna Mafia, who invited the Fulani bandits to start this rampaging they are doing. Impeach him from office, short and simple. He is just a mere human being like you. One day he will die. He has no two heads. He has only two balls. He has nothing different in him more than you. It's just that you are stupid by looking at him as if he's a god. Move for his, if you have conscience, I'm saying. But if you are part of them, just continue. Blood will keep on flowing, because we are Africans and we are foolish people. We must tell ourselves that. If not, impeach him. Just as they have started in Imo State, a group of criminals also from the other angle said that they want to move for the impeachment of the Fulani Caliphate, Fulani puppet in Imo State. They said they want to impeach him. It is now because the man has went and borrowed a huge amount of money that the state may not pay in the next 10 years. He has borrowed this money, and they now see that the portion he took, because Hope Uzodimba is a criminal from day one, from Okwele Holdings them. If you know, that is their group. Hope Uzodimba is a criminal. Then now jump into it, just like you take rat that is trying to penetrate into the basket to begin to pick the fish. You now take the rat and throw him into the basket where left and right the fish full the basket. So what do you expect? So he borrowed some money. He want to pocket it. The portion, the percentage is given to all the other set of criminals that will keep quiet when they see injustice from the beginning. The percentage is given to them is very small. Then on that note, they decided to revolt. I don't believe in those bullshit. I don't believe in those nonsense. If you are a honest man, you stand as a honest man. If you are not, you are not. Not political honesty, not political correctness, not political truth. Be truthful in your life. Use our leader Mazi Nnamdi Kanu as an example. He remained a honest man from day one. You cannot accuse him of any political post misuse or monies taken from the government or whatever. He refused all those things. If our leader is interested in all those things, I'm telling you, there is no any state he competes Not even, he will not. Let's say he put somebody, IPOB, we want this person to win. We want the whole state in Biafra land will become our governors. If, let's say, it is, they will just really cast the vote and count it. Or at least our leader would have one girl, get 1 or 2 states, they will be giving him money. But he don't want those things. It's to prove a real honest man who is genuinely fighting for the freedom of his people. You claim you are a member of House of Representatives representing your people, whereby you are representing your stomach. You are just interested in what will come into your pocket. That's all. Now you have seen that the money came in by your administrator, Fulani administrator, is much. The money he borrowed in the name of the state. And he wants to sideline this money because he don't know what is going to happen to him tomorrow. Because Hope Uzodimma knows that he's not supposed to be there and anything can happen. So he's borrowing money and putting in his pocket in case if tomorrow he get out of the office by sudden, then he will know that he didn't lose. That is what he's doing. Telling you that he's recovering things from Rochas Okorocha. That of Rochas Okorocha, God has judged it by making him stupid by investing in the state. But this criminal that is in power now, Hope Uzodimma, nobody knows where he's taking his own investment. He will not invest. He will use Rochas as a case study. He will know that if he invests anything there, when he goes out, if peradventure another criminal comes in, definitely the criminal will hold him. So he will take his money out. So they have seen, the members of the State House of Assembly in Imo State have seen the amount of money this man wants to take away to become a debt on head of the state. That is why they revolted. All of them are criminal. I don't value whatever they are doing. Because if we call them back now and settle them, you see this matter will die off. A criminal is a criminal, but a good person is a good person. So the same thing I am telling to the State House of Assembly in Kaduna State. The killings of your people, some of you are indigenous people in Kaduna State, and you watch your people being killed there at night, abducted, killed, raped, maimed, frustrated, destroyed. You are there. Move for the impeachment of the vampire himself, Malam Nasru El-Rufai. Nothing will happen. Even if it is happened, let it be a legacy that you left aside. Be a honest man for one day. Politics have never taken an African man to a level. It's just to destroy him. Be honest. Be real. Be real as nature made it. That is the message we are giving you this moment. Very, very important. Let's take another news, my dear brothers and sisters that are listening to this gospel right now. Let's take this one. Policemen deployed to fight bandits in Katsina protest 7 months unpaid allowances. The policemen that have been deployed in Katsina State for the past 7 months now, they are working there. They are protesting their own allowances. These are some group of foolish Nigerians who are police officers. They have deployed to Katsina. Because if you are a Nigerian working for Nigeria, you are an idiot. Working for Nigerian government as a police in Katsina State, they are protesting now that they have not received their 7 months salary. This is the same police that last year October, the youth of the zoo begin to make a demonstration, a protest talking about NSAS. And when they bring their list of their reason for this protest, it was to equip the police, to rehabilitate the police, to put the police in order so that corruption will go down. But Nigerian police officers are corrupt, they are terrorists, they are evil. They don't want it. They prefer to stand on the road collecting 100 naira, and when that innocent man, when that hard-working tipper man, Okada man, Keke man, Taxi man, boss man, did not give them that 100 naira, they will shoot him. They prefer that. They prefer, maybe at the end of the day, when they share the money, he could get 2,000 naira or 3,000 naira. He will come again tomorrow, continue with the same thing. Instead of attacking the government to fix him in order, to give him the real salaries and allowances, equip him, give him good home where his family will stay and they will be secured, and pay him very well, he don't want it. He prefer to be collecting bribe. Instead of him to support the people, to attack the corrupt government, to change things, they refuse. That is why we call them foolish people. That is why we call them foolish people. Look at now, they are protesting. What would their protest do? Can their protest make a change? The answer is no. It's just a formality, a mere formality. That is what I see it. But let's read the news. Men of the counter-terrorism unit of the Nigerian police force deployed to Katsina state to curb banditry in the state have taken to the street of Kadawa village protesting non-payment of 7 months allowances and promotion. 7 months. Somebody did not pay his security officer. Don't you know that their hands is into that, the banditry of a thing? 7 months. They didn't give them the allowances. Let's continue. The protest, according to some of the police officer, was held because of their 7 months unpaid allowances. The aggrieved officer insisted that the allowances should be paid with immediate effect, or they would continue to disrupt the socio-economic activities in the community and the state at large. They lamented that since January 2021, when they were deployed to the state on a special operation, they had not been given their allowances. A police inspector told us that the development has damned the moral of the affected personnel. He said many of them had to go through inhuman treatment, sleeping on the corridor of the office on returning from the duty at night. The officer said, "They brought us to this village about 7 months ago, yet no single allowance. How do you expect us to stop collecting bribe?" The government said they sent us here to fight bandits. Is this how we are going to do that? Aside of the unpaid allowances and the non-promotion, what about the nonchalant attitude of police authority to our welfare? This is the officer, the inspector that is in charge of them is saying. You see foolish man. In Igbo language, in Igbo adage, asi onyishi rahanana odara ozo butere n'okwu, ozotara n'okwu. Ito to ozo ya hia ya. A blind man, if he mistakenly misplaced the fruit he was lucky to pick with his leg, to pick another one would be a problem to him, because that one was just lucky for him. When NSAS protest came, police would have been reformed to fix in order if they did not use you to shoot those youths, to put fear in people. Now you are facing it. We have been telling you what the cabals are doing, how they are trading. When they use the soldiers to do business, the life of soldiers, the defense themselves, how much more you ordinary police? Don't you see that they will send the soldiers to Zambisa, tell Shekau and the Albawani of ISWAP that you people are coming, that the soldiers are coming. Then they will level the soldiers. They will take the picture, show to the international community, see how they are killing us. Then money will be sent in. Ammunition will be sold. When it comes down, they will take their portion and give more arms to the Boko Buhari boys to continue the meme they are doing. When you see all this, when we are talking, you say we are talking rubbish. But that is the same thing. If they would do such to soldiers, to their military men who is defending them, how much more your ordinary police? When boys rose up, when the gate of heaven were open for grace to pour upon you by using NSAS protects to achieve something, you refuse. Now, what are you getting? You are talking of collecting bribe. How much will you get in Katsina, in that kind of village? That will be enough for you for your allowances. Moreover, how much is that your allowances? Somebody whom the man's salary is not enough for, is it allowances that will help him? Talk less of promotion. So these are the things. When we tell you that Nigeria will never be good, we are not criticizing. We have studied, analyzed, checked Nigeria left and right with telling you that it will never be good. They are not paying the security officers. What are you expecting? There was a video clip we watched where they are agitating, telling that, even speaking it in the language, that they want to enter the forest to comb the bandits, but they will tell them that order from above asks them not to. These things are game. Using your life, trading, wasting. We know all this in Fulani from origin is a corrupt system. So when they comes in, they corrupt everything. That is the only way they can achieve their aim. Everywhere is corrupt. Even your own boss is corrupt. In as much as it's working with this government, everything is corrupt. That is the place they flow. Anything dirty, darkness, that is where you see the negative powers, forces of darkness. They will excel, they will flow there. But where there is light, they won't. So this is the kind of place the Fulani can dwell and excel. Very, very important. So they will make sure that they continue to corrupt the political system of the Zoological Republic of Nigeria in order to enable them to achieve their aim. And what is their aim? Their aim is the original mission of their great-grandfather, Ottoman Damfodio, to Fulanize the entire Zoological Republic. If you have ear, you listen. If you don't, you forget about it. It will still come to you. But we will continue to preach this gospel day by day. Those who will be awakened like us have to awake, so that we will unite together to fight them. Even if you are a police officer, a military man, understand this thing. And let's help a generation. Look at the killings that are going on every day in the Northern Zoological Republic. But they have pushed the military towards the southeast and frustrating people there. And they are coming more and more. They are coming more and more. Think about this thing we are sharing with you, my dear brother. Then you will know that indeed we are the real honest people and we have intention for you. And as I always say, the only way this problem will solve instantly now is by referendum. The disintegration of the Zoological Republic of Nigeria. Let the real indigenous people govern their own region, govern their own nation, their own ethnicity. Let's see how they will destroy them. Not being influenced by any power. Nothing good will ever come out of Igbo man who is a governor of his state. You saw that of Gulag. Gulag came to Owerri to collect 10 billion naira. When you take away 10 billion from the money Imo State have received, this is the one you had. How much left? The criminal himself, the Ozodimba himself, is also a powerful criminal. Let's say, for example, he now removed the 10 billion for Gulag, who happened to be the political, spiritual father. Not the godfather, but the spiritual priest, because he's the one that fixed him there. After collecting such, what of the one that the political fathers will take? Then the criminal himself, Ozodimba, how much is he going to take also? Then with all these gabos in the State House of Assembly, that are fighting themselves now, how much are they going to get? At the end of the day, nothing will left. That is why you see your road, it will not be constructed. It will not be constructed. Not such people we are talking about. But we are talking when the disintegration of the Zoological Republic comes. You will see a honest person will emerge from your own ethnicity, from your own ethnic group. Where will he take money to? No place. He will invest in everything in that country, in that nation, in that ethnicity, in that community that will help his own people to grow, just as the white people are doing. You see them, you see their country, they invest there. And that is why you are going there to work. That is why. This is the only thing that can save us now. This is the only thing. We have understand that the African countries are looking into Nigeria to help them. Imagine when you are looking, you are in Nigeria now. Look at how you are. Look at your head. Your head is swallowing up. Your tummy is drying, your bones are drying, your skins are drying as a result of hunger and malnutrition, as a result of labor, as a result of hardship. You don't even know how it's going to be today, talk less of tomorrow. Then somebody in Tanzania, somebody in Guinea Conakry is hoping for you now that is listening, that is drying like a crayfish, that is drying like a stockfish. Somebody over there is hoping, as a result of what is reading in the page of newspaper, that Nigeria will be good. Then Nigeria will become the giant of Africa, that Nigeria will save him. You tell yourself the truth now, you no go work. You tell yourself that this one is not going to work. It's to tell that there is no hope. But if we will disintegrate this contraption, I'm telling you, it won't be up to 1 decade. Things will change. Why? How many years did M.I. Okpara, Michael Okpara of a blessed memory? That man is a saint. Just like Sam Mbakwe is a saint. They are resting in peace wherever they are. I want to ask you, how many years did it take him to make the economy of the eastern region with 40% increase every year? No country presently now in this present dispensation is rising. The economy is rising like that. How many years did the man be in the office? How many years? How many years was he the governor of the eastern region? He could do that. Is to tell you that if zoo is balkanized today, if Nigeria is disintegrated today, my dear brother, I'm telling you, in the next 10 years, in the just 1 decade, you will see some changes in that zoo. One is that there will be competition. There is one competition, political competition, study a country like Singapore and Malaysia. Malaysia was not happy when Singapore moved, and they were growing, attached themselves with America, and they are growing. Each time they top them, they are not happy. They need to question the prime minister, the government. Why will this thing happen? Why will these people be ahead of us? It is competition, and they themselves will be trying to grow bigger than them because they were one together. These are the things. These are the things. The Biafran in Uganda believing that Nigeria will be good tomorrow to come and help Africa. That is the only time the good will come. But at this time, just get ready for your death. In short, just get ready for your RIP, because nothing good is coming out. Nothing good is coming out. We must continue. This is Radio Biafra HAUSA-SERVICE 2, coming to you from the platform of Radio Biafra London, under the leadership of one and only Onyendu Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, Ohamadike, one of Biafra land. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is the only incorruptible leader of the indigenous people of Biafra. He is the director of Radio Biafra and her television, and he is the commander of the army of Biafra, and he is in charge of everything, even till tomorrow. We must have that in our mind. We will come back and have 1 or 2 analysis in Hausa language. Then our line will be open, and we will receive your calls or your suggestions.
Now, every morning you wake up, they keep 10 in Daudu, 50 in Gwe West, 10 in Guma, 2 here, 1 in Agasha, 2 on the road, 3 here, 3 in a vehicle. It is a daily occurrence now, daily. And what they are doing commonly now is that they are not even shooting, they are slaughtering like rams. That is what is happening now. 3 days back, they went to bury a young man that they slaughtered. Broad daylight, they came shooting to stop them from burying that young man. I want to say that this should be the concern of every one of us. It is not a religious issue. Some of them are hiding under religion. It is not a religious issue. I know, because I have related to Muslims for a long time. No Muslim fights or kills during Ramadan. The killing even took place more at that time than now. So they should not tell us it's Muslim. It is a hidden agenda. And this hidden agenda is being sponsored from the presidency. It is coming from the presidency. If all Nigerians are saying ranching and presidency continues to say grazing reserve, then presidency has a hidden agenda. We want to hear our president's voice. Our president should talk to us. We did not vote for Garba Shehu. We did not vote for Shegun Adesina. We want to hear our president speak to us. Presidency promised some amount of money to resettle our IDPs. It's how many years today? No kobo has been sent down here. But a lot has been sent elsewhere where they have IDPs. We also want to urge our sons and daughters who are still sitting on the fence to wake up and speak against the evil being perpetrated in our land. This matter is not only about Governor Samuel Otom. Benue sons, home and abroad, who think that they are not affected by the crisis, must know that we are all casualties, whether we are at home or not. They should raise their voices to condemn the injustice being visited on us. This is no time for politicking. What is happening here now is beyond politics. When the Fulanis come to kill, they don't ask you which political party you belong to. They should send their relief materials to those IDP camps and also solicit support on international donor organizations to come to the aid of our people. Everything is left into the hands of Benue State government, and we're having a problem. The governor is not a loner. We're asking our sons abroad and elsewhere, who are in Abuja, who are everywhere, that they should take interest in what is happening in Benue State. They have their families back home. They have villages. If you think it's not happening in your village, the whole thing is drawing nearer to every village now. So they should sit up, whether you're a businessman or you're whatever, and some of them are protecting their offices. They're protecting their personal interests. But if you protect your interests and all your people back home are killed, where will you call your home? You are having children there. Tomorrow, your children will want to know where they come from. And that place will not be in existence anymore. Finally, we wish to call on Nigerians who love justice, peace, and equity to rise and condemn what is happening to the innocent people of Benue State. The killer herdsmen are still here with us. They have resorted to guerrilla warfare. They now attack our people in their sleep and leave their familiar trademark of death. With very heavy hearts, to address you on issues bothering us as a people, Benue State and Nigeria as a nation. As mothers of this state and the nation, we owe our children the duty to voice our feelings when we see the things going wrong, and those who should speak have chosen the path of silence. We owe this country the duty to call its leaders to order and counsel them when it has become apparent that the leaders we elected are not doing what is right. We have no other country than Nigeria. You are very much aware of the worsening security situation in the country being perpetrated by Fulani herdsmen who have killed thousands of Benue people and in other states. You are equally aware of the attitude of the federal government led by President Muhammadu Buhari, who is not bothered to see women and children being killed daily by Fulani herdsmen. We are left with no other option than to conclude as many others have already said, that the president is happy to watch his kinsmen turn Benue and other parts of the country into killing fields. A few days ago, we woke up to the news that President Buhari has vowed to create grazing routes and establish grazing reserves in the 36 states of the country next month, whether anyone likes it or not. His senior special assistant on media and publicity, Garba Shehu, who is not voted, is an appointee, was the one who announced the president's decision. We are wondering if this is the same democracy that we all fought and got in 1999, leading to emergence of Muhammadu Buhari as elected president in 2015. Has Mr. President forgotten that this country is now being run by the Constitution and not decrees? What about the Land Use Act, which vets all lands in the state governors? Has the act been repealed? From where is President Buhari deriving his authority that he feels he can impose draconian and dictatorial policies on Nigerians and expect us to applaud him? The other time, the Buhari presidency introduced cattle colonies. It took the courage of patriotic Nigerians like Benue State Governor Samuel Otom to rise and reject the conquest agenda. The president later dusted the program and renamed it as Ruga. But again, our eagle-eyed governor and other patriots saw through the veil and kicked against it. The president reluctantly canceled the Ruga program. Today, the entire country is speaking with one voice in opposition to open grazing of cattle, while embracing ranching, which Benue has been leading the campaign since 2016. All governors of the northern states and southern Nigeria have taken a unified stand to ban open grazing. Shockingly, President Buhari has come out to mock the governors and is threatening to impose grazing reserves on the people of this country. The words of the media advisor, Femi Adesina, last year, that people should choose between holding onto their lands and death are still fresh in our minds, that we should give out our land or we die. Adesina, mind you, is not a voted person, he's an appointee. This is unacceptable. Nigeria is not practicing nepotism. Ours is a country structured on the principles of federalism and democracy. We did not vote a tyrant as president. We believed that we voted a man with the right experience and discipline who would be for all of us and defend us, not just his ethnic group. What crime did we commit by going out in large numbers under the to vote for President Buhari? And he has now chosen to reward our love with hatred and our ballots with bullets. From all indications, President Buhari is for somebody and not for everybody. Contrary to his words on May 29, 2015, when he took oath of office. We want Mr. President to remember that our children and grandchildren also deserve a decent future, a future they will no longer be afraid to go to bed with the thought of being slaughtered by rampaging herders. The humanity and conscience in President Buhari should make him to think about the thousands of children whose parents were killed by herdsmen and are now in internally displaced persons camps for 4 years as orphans. Don't such children deserve to live in a country they call their own? What about the hundreds of widows whose husbands were slaughtered by herders and thrown to the birds to feed? Don't they deserve to return to their lonely homes to start life in a dehumanizing way? At the last count, Benue had over 1 million displaced people. We concerned Benue mothers say no to grazing reserves and similar policies that seek to enslave our people and hand over lands to killer Fulani herdsmen. We have also observed a disturbing trend where Fulani militia attack our people, but the federal government comes out swiftly to absolve them of any blame. A recent example was when Governor Oton was attacked on his farm by those who saw that he is standing in their way to conquering Benue and other parts of Nigeria. The terror group known as Fulani Nationality Movement, FUNAM, came out to claim responsibility of the attempt on the governor's life. Yet, the Nigerian police force exonerated the group. The police high command deployed an investigation team to Benue, which confirmed the identities of the culprits as Fulani herdsmen. The police made arrests, took the suspects to Abuja, only for the Inspector General to go to Aso Villa a few days after and declare that those who wanted to kill Governor Otom were not Fulani people. What a shame. This is condemnable. Is the Nigerian police now a Fulani police force and no longer for the protection of all Nigerians? We call on President Muhammadu Buhari to urgently address the nation and caution Fulani herdsmen to stop the killings. We know that if he makes the address directly to the Fulanis and means every word of what he says, they will listen to him. We would very much love to hear the voice of our president. We should not continue to be hearing from his aides. They are not our president. In other countries, the president would have been talking to us on a regular basis, assuring us of our safety. The president should, as a matter of urgency, announce the cancellation of his plan to impose grazing reserves on Nigerians and instead evolve a national ranching policy. A policy even the northerners, even the leader of Mayati Allah, accepted. Ganduje of Kanu State has already started ranching. Maybe presidency is the one pushing for grazing and not Nigerians, and not even the northern leaders. The federal government should also throw its weight behind southern governors as a declaration against open grazing. President Buhari should motivate security agencies and direct them to be professional and neutral in the discharge of their duties. We also expect Mr. President to call his appointees to order to stop assaulting the sensibilities of Nigerians. What the Minister of Justice, Abubakar Malami, said, comparing the ban on open grazing with spare parts business, was insensitive. Comparing human lives to spare parts. The other side of the president, called Garba Shehu, denigrates anyone who holds an opinion contrary to that of presidency. This is gross negation of the tenets of democracy. In democracies, where government is of the people and for the people, leaders of such countries listen to constructive criticisms in order to improve. We call on the international community and lovers of peace across the world to show interest in what is happening in Nigeria, particularly in the Middle Belt region, where killings of innocent people by herders have become a common sight. Benue, for instance, is the food basket of Nigeria, and for many years, farmers have been displaced from their ancestral lands. The ugly scenario has resulted to food crisis and is said to take a more dangerous dimension if not stopped now.
Various states.
We demand for the urgent release of Nnamdi Kanu, his colleagues, and all prisoners of conscience as part of the process of the search for national cohesion and building a new Nigeria. There is a legitimate debate among Nigerians on the Biafra question. And there are indeed many Igbos who, like many other Nigerians, may not agree with Nnamdi Kanu's objective or means. But it needs to be stated, however, that no citizen of Nigeria deserves the kind of treatment that is meted to Nnamdi Kanu and his colleagues. Government has declined to obey the orders of properly constituted courts in Nigeria for his release. Nnamdi Kanu is not above the law, but nor should he be put beneath it. A situation where the state refuses to obey clear and legitimate court orders for his release, and even one of them outrightly ordered for his unconditional release. There is absolutely no reason in a country with a rule of law that he should have been held an hour later than those court orders or even rulings of the court that he should be released unconditionally. Why is Nnamdi Kanu's case an exception?
The lawyer for the leader of the indigenous people of Biafra says his client was tortured while in the custody of Kenyan authorities. Ifeanyi Ejiofor says he has compelling evidence that he will be presenting to the International Court of Justice about violation of Nnamdi Kanu's rights. VOA wasn't able to immediately get a response from the Kenyan government. Earlier this week, President Muhammadu Buhari commended Nigerian security forces for their job in the execution of an international operation that he said led to the arrest. But President Buhari gave no details on the operation except that Kanu was detained as a result of international cross-border cooperation. Kanu's organization is agitating for an independent state for ethnic Igbos in southeast Nigeria. The Nigerian government considers the group a terrorist organization. Lawyer Ejiofor says the terrorist label is a pretense for the Nigerian government to indiscriminately arrest members of the indigenous people of Biafra.
Nnamdi Kanu was severely beaten and subjected to all forms of inhuman treatment and degradation by the Kenyan Police Authority upon his abduction on 19th of June 2021 in Kenya Nairobi Airport. He was detained in a very terrible environment, which is far unconnected with conventional place of custody in Kenya. They accused him of sundry offenses against the Kenyan authority, and on account of which he was detained for 8 days to enable them investigating. At the expiration of 8 days, after being subjected to all forms of inhuman treatment,
any man or woman that is not maybe, there's some people that come out yesterday and start asking or demanding that DOS should come and say something, should come and talk to you, come and you. Those people, I don't think that they are genuine IPOB. Honestly, this same person that said this yesterday, when in the time of the same person still come out and after our the DS head come out and make an announcement. The same person still insisting that I worry that must come out and tell us something. Does it mean that person is ignorant or maybe is it an inside saboteur? The same person, you know yourself. If he's not ready for this struggle, let it go out. The same person, I don't want to mention his name, but you know yourself. You know yourself. Mazi. Bye-bye.
Thank you very much, my dear brother. Thank you very much. And all these questions will be addressed because a lot of information has been gathered so that our people will not be misguided. the whole game being played that time is coming out gradually. It was a very planned deal to eliminate our leader. But the hand of Elohim is with him. The hand of God is with him, and they could not succeed in what they are planning. Don't worry, all these questions will be answered. And we know who is who. But we are still appealing to our people just to understand the game that the enemy is trying to play. Thank you very much, my dear brother. This is our very good brother. He's the one who has well challenged the Fulanis when they put the so-called 100 million naira bonds on the head of our leader. I love such people. Thank you very much for your call. And let's take this caller. Caller, you are live on air right now. Your name and where you are calling from. Can you hear me? Can you hear me, caller? Hello? Caller, can you hear me? Cannot hear you. All right. The call went off. Didn't hear him. Don't know what's wrong with the line. So as I'm saying, our lines are open. It is +183 263 73499 and +614 818 70925. Call the studio line. Is very easy to connect. The studio line is more easier to connect. The studio line is more easy to connect. Caller, can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you, Mazi Nwachineke. Good afternoon from here. Am I coming out clear, sir?
Loud and clear.
Thank you very much. Nwachineke, thank you Biafra for what you are doing for your people, for your Biafran people. And also we thank you Biafra for the life of our spring leader, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, the man we always address and as an incorruptible leader. And we can see it happening before our eyes. And my special thanks to all the principal servants of indigenous people of Biafra who are working assiduously to make sure that we disseminate the information how it's supposed to be. My special thanks to DOS last night. They did a marvelous job. We heard them last night. They made things very, very clear last night. And that's how it's supposed to be, because sometimes our people will deviate from the structure and deviate from what they're supposed to be doing and be, represent something important. So what I want to say is regarding the issue that is going on now about the life and the kidnapping of our leader, Biafra. Listen, anybody telling you that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, our spring leader, was being arrested is a fallacy, it's a lie. Nnamdi Kanu was not arrested. Nnamdi Kanu, rather, it was an extraordinary rendition. Nnamdi Kanu was kidnapped, and Nigeria have violated the UN conventions of 1957. They know what that law says, and we believe during the appropriate time, our legal teams, they will begin to analyze it and tell the people the kind of offense the Nigerian and the Kenya government have done through the kidnap of our leader. So please, I urge everyone to be desist from saying something or trying to write something regarding about arrest. Nnamdi Kanu was not arrested, rather he was being abducted from another country to brought into the zoological republic. So please, if you are saying something, let us hammer more on the kidnapping case against our spring leader, because that is not arrest. And now what you ask yourself, ever since the Fulanis have been jubilating the Fulani terrorist government, jubilating, making mouth. I could remember early last week when this news broke, even the so-called saboteur among ourselves, they were jubilating. They will now see, if you see what is happening from the Zoom media, why are they not speaking anymore? Because they have known or they have noticed the gravity of the heinous crime they have committed against the life of our spring leader, against the life of the Biafran people to our spring leader. That's why you cannot see them. That's why you cannot hear them talking, because they are rare. The extraordinary rendition of our leader Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, the kidnapping, have nearly nailed the zoo, and they don't know where to, hide it again. You saw the publication of Guardian UK yesterday. They stated everything categorically clear how Nigeria violated, which the terrorist Nigerian Attorney General of the Federation, Bobaka Malami, don't want to him and Lai Mohammed. They don't want to come out and tell the world how they abducted the leader of indigenous people of Biafra, our spring leader Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. Instead of them to come and clarify how they abducted this young man, what you could hear from them, even ordinarily the stupid Jezebel BBC Igbo, BBC Pidgin, BBC even also carrying some fallacious statements, trying to cajole, saying what is not even important, and what IPOP is doing now, trying to say Nnamdi Kanu appointed a new, a lot of stupid things going on online. And this is the handwork of the DSS and the terrorist government of Nigeria, try to divert attention from the important thing, the heinous crime they have committed through the abduction of the supreme leader of indigenous people of Biafra. They're now talking about appointing out a leader, appointing somebody representing Nnamdi, something that is not relevant. What you now ask yourself, why are they trying to bring up something that is not obtainable to what is the main issue? That is the kind of the country we are. Nwachineke, having said that, I also thank you for your analysis, because a lot of things you pointed out this morning when you were broadcasting, as you keep on broadcasting, you said a lot of things. See, some people do not even know the agenda of what these people are doing. And when you people like indigenous people of Biafra, IPOP, exposing these people, some people will think it's a hate speech. Some people will think that just because we are agitating to separate, that's why they are trying to say all sorts of things that is not in line with their stupid charade constitution, what they are saying. Now, you see the systematic slaughtering of innocent population of that country by their terrorist act. And this is called Jihadist act. But some people do not know. They think that no, people are saying this is agitators. Now today, how many was slaughtered in Kaduna today? They slaughtered 12, and also Enya is involved. The people you now think if this kind of a thing happen in the other country, you will hear this terrorist government of Nigeria sending their condolences, so trying to send their condolence statement. Now they are sorry for this, maybe this. But on a daily basis, Nigerians, the zoologians, are being slaughtered, and those that are being called to protect them, they cannot do anything. Rather, when you try to come and protest and say things the way it should be, people will come against you. This is exactly what is happening in that nation. When people who cannot open their eyes, when we talk about the only thing, the remedy that will save the life of everyone is total referendum. Let people decide where they want to belong. Then the people will say the indisability or their nonsense, the unity of that zoology is a Sankosan. What Sankosan life are going on daily basis? You see the security is so deteriorating, and those people don't want to make any move. This is very, very, very bad. Now I want to say something regarding about the kidnapping of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, which Kenya government have been denying. Mazi, I really paid a serious attention when you as you analyzing your program this morning. I'm just following you. Everything you said is exactly how it is. The wickedness of a black man. I could remember Nnamdi Kanu will mount on podium or radio Biafra speaking the wickedness of a black man. Some people was against slavery. And even when some people, even white people, trying to move a motion to stop slavery, but some black men who are benefiting from slavery, you see them going against the foreigners or the white people that are supposed to liberate them from that atrocious crime that they are committing. This is exactly what happened. If you see the stories of the kidnapping of the supreme leader of indigenous people of Biafra, Mazi Nwachineke Kanu, how they colluded together with Nigerian government and the Kenyan government. He's a black man against black man. Nnamdi Kanu always mount on radio and say, black people, black people selling their own fellow black. I could remember vividly last year when George Floyd was being killed on May 25th of May last year. All over the world, people rose up, protests everywhere. Black life matter, black life no matter. Even in that zoology, they stood up, they were protesting everywhere, even in other African nations. Protests everywhere. Because of what? This is hypocrisy. But when people are being slaughtered or when things is not going well in your own nation, you cannot rise up. People will not rise up. People will not speak. Now look at how the Kenyan black nation is also trying to kill someone who is taking asylum to a different nation to take a refuge. Whether on the mission of Mazi Nwachineke Kanu, what concerns Kenya by abducted Nnamdi Kanu? Instead of them, after the adoption, they send him from the passport he's holding and send him back from where he's coming from, according to his itinerary where he is. They could not send him back to the passport holder of the nation. He was holding the passport. They couldn't do that. What they could have done is to send him back to that place he was running for a refuge. But this year, Mazi Nwachineke Kanu have been taking refuge in a white man nation for a couple of years. At least since 2017, the incident of what happened in his house on September 14, 2017, nearly 4 years right now. He has been in a white man nation. They have been protecting him, giving him a serious refuge. Now they made a movement to enter into a black man nation, a black man. Black people are so wicked. Black people are so evil. They are so evil. They ask all the whole sort of thing. You will ask yourself, what is the reason why all the bad things they are getting in the movie, they always use a black man to act that movie? It is as a result of the wickedness of a black man. It is as a result of the inhuman, empathy of a black man. Black man handed over to his fellow black, to the country that is looking for a way to kill and to prosecute him unjustly. Not that they want to prosecute him justly. This is unjustly. You know that what Nnamdi Kanu is doing is the right thing. Somebody is calling for self-determination, which is enshrined by UN Charter, which Nigerian government is signatory to. They could not obey it. They are calling themselves democracy. Democracy by mouth. Democracy by ordinary paper, but cannot be implemented physically for people to see as other nations are doing. This is exactly what is happening in that nation. People cannot speak. When you speak, they bring you to kill. Now I came across a news. Inspector General of Police, this new woman they appointed, because that one, while looking at that man, you will notice that that man is a woman, saying that they lack the material given them to track the bandits. Since January, that they don't have enough equipment to track the bandits. Look at what these people are doing. But ordinary minister, ordinary person will lose the whole treasure of a nation, move to another nation.
Exactly. Caller, try to round it up so that I can take other calls. Just try to wrap it so I can take other calls.
Thank Thank you very much, Nwachineke. Thank you, and keep on doing what you are doing. Our leader will come out, and we are determined to get our freedom. Thank you very much, and God bless you, Nwachineke.
Thank you very much, my dear brother. You will deal with it decisively, but time will not permit you to continue. Let's take caller. You have been waiting patiently. I really enjoy your patience. Your name and where you are calling from. Caller, you are live on air right now.
Nwachineke, thank you very, very much.
The powerful man of God. How are you doing?
I am okay, and you, I can feel the sensations of the Holy Spirit radiations upon your life right now. So, our Kikabiyama is wonderful. Well, my wonderful co-vinat, please, this very hour, you did wonderfully well by educating us, not illustration right now, because you have exceeded illustrations and the analysts. You just brought in some great lecture, even both in the English and the Hausa. You did wonderfully well. In short, you are increasing every day. Not that I'm praising you, but our leader said, but the fact there is that the ears that are listening, are they taking heed? Speaking bigger grammar from here to Jericho is just kind of exhausting the energy that would have been applied for an action. You know, there is this very video that I sent to you now. An officer who called a radio station in Kenya to said what he saw as a first-hand witness what transpired at the airport. I won't say it here now, but go and listen to that so that you will divulge, or you will kind of do proper justice on that. If such a thing happens to be real, our leader Jianya Wefundemo na Kenya. Our leader that is, I shed tears when I was listening to that man's calls, and he said vital point. He said a lot of things that will help us. Though our Lego teams and everybody are doing wonderfully well. So what I'm trying to tell most of us right now is to follow the instructions and the footsteps of our leader, and what we have been hearing from Radio Biafra, because faith comes by hearing and hearing and hearing the word of God. But when you hear that word at the end, what did you do to that? Bible said that the word they had could not penetrate into their heart, and he did them nothing. So now it is a time to follow procedures, precept by precept, so that these people will know that we are not smiling. They will know that we are not joking, that a silence of a lion does not guarantee or qualify him to be a coward, because enough is typically enough. Because when you find it right now, you will know on that video that I sent you the reason why the Fulanis came out and placed 100 billion on our leader's head, and how it transpired and what really happens, and how the whole thing goes on, and their next agenda. This very person I'm telling you is a Kenyan officer that works in airport. So thank you very much.
Thank you very much, the powerful man of God. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. I really appreciate your call. Let's take this caller. Caller, you are live on air. Your name and where you are calling from. Can you hear me? Presume should be Pastor Jack. Am I right?
Yes. Good morning from here, Mazi Nwachineke.
You are welcome.
And good morning. Thank you. Good morning, fellow Biafrans and lovers of freedom all around the world. My name is Pastor Jack, calling from my location. Okay, Mazi Nwachineke, I just want to add my voice this morning to the discourse. For a few days now, I've just been quiet when I was studying
the new tactics deployed by the Nigeria to destabilize this struggle, more especially at this particular phase. First of all, I want our people to understand that we are at war in this struggle, and media war has continued to be part of the best strategies that the enemies are using. So the media has been a critical strategy used by the enemy, the Nigerian state, to fight and to make sure they bring us down. Now, first of all, I want to make us to understand that don't wait for Nigeria to clarify to you where our leader was abducted. We have that evidence, and through our legal team, we have made that known. And we have made this known to the world. We have made this position known to the world, where our leader was abducted, and that our leader was abducted. So nobody should wait for Kenya government to come and tell us any rubbish. Nobody should wait or listen to the denial of the Kenya government. We are not basing anything on that, because we know, and we have released a statement of which we are going to meet them at the ITC to come and defend and to come and tell us the reason why they abducted our leader. And not only that, we will do everything humanly possible to pay Kenya back, both Kenyan citizens and their government. This is my personal position. We will pay them in their own coin, because we are not going to take it from anybody. So nobody will come and tell us otherwise, and we will take it. So don't wait for Kenyan government to come and give you any clarification. No, wait for Nigeria to come and address you and tell you that they abducted our leader anywhere. Don't wait for that. It's a waste of time. And when you are doing this, you are just trying to give them credit, as if what you are going to do is dependent on them. We have clarified that to the public, not transfer. So it remains a case of abducting and kidnapping our leader. So do not call on the useless Nigeria or Kenya to come and give you any clarification again. That one is noted. Number two, do not allow yourself to be distracted, where they use their useless media. They will come and publish that IPD have new director. Is it the enemy that will tell you what you are doing and what you know? Or you yourself that is inside what you are doing that knows what you are doing, that will tell the public? So when the enemy come with little distraction, they will tell you that Samonekpa is the new director of Radio Biafra. And you just go online and be writing rubbish. Or you call on this radio, you be talking rubbish. Is that what you learn? Is that how you are being trained? So you must have to be very, very careful before you do anything or say anything. Since they started this rubbish debate, I never come up to discuss this issue, because I know it's a media propaganda. And they have to be very, very careful before you come and make a comment as regards to this. Because the government, they are not the one issuing order telling us how IPO is being run. Our leader is doing that. So with any information we don't have internally, anybody telling you that outside is giving you the false information. And anybody trying to replace it or force it on you, that person is an enemy. So we should be mindful of any information we share, or any if our leader give order, we want to go outside there to come and give a counter order, or come and give useless advice. Our leader remains the director, and nobody has changed anything. That our brother is called to be appointed to be able order to be broadcasting from the platform doesn't change anything, and it's not the issue of discourse that many people will come and be shouting and be writing rubbish online, helping the enemy. Now at that point, being noted, and I want to beg some of you that are still asking some unnecessary questions. When our workers come and make some analysis, please, the issue of somebody asking what happened to the security of our leader, intelligence, and all that, please, let's drop that now. Let's not be asking all those questions. The enemies are listening. You know what will come up with. And when they hear you come here and ask certain things, they go from the behind and ignite divide and root parties, and they release funds. So stop asking those questions, because when you get the answers now, you're not going to do anything. You're not going to effect any change. Biafrans will get that question, because it is banned that somebody must tell us something. But stop coming on this air to say that. It is necessary. And that point to be noted, the last thing I want to say, somebody call here and say some people are talking about US or attacking them. No, do not misunderstand. I don't know who you are referring to anyway, but the truth is there is nothing wrong in asking DOT to the US to take responsibility or take charge or do what they ought to do. It's not a wrong call. Because if you in a family, as the son of the family, you don't get the information you need to get, you ask your father what is happening. I'm not going to about Ziolu. Onye no Mohammed Yoko Wamba. Even the kitchen has seen a here. And most of the time, you know our people now radio call the US. I don't know what you remember of the US. I didn't know when they pick call there. I'm not one day I got suggest ready something. One day work on one. I got what the quality. When I repeat the call, they didn't teach you can do that. I got to radio. No. That's part of it. So I will not like put US, but here I don't know. After now, I say that perception is wrong. So we should get this straight. So having said this, I come to this juncture. So let's just be mindful and continue so that the enemy, what they want to achieve, we will continue and the nation will bring this down, not to take us back. That's what we need to do.
Thank you very much. That's Pastor Jack. Let's take this call. Caller, you are live on air right now. Your name and where you are calling from. Can you hear me, caller?
Yeah. Mazi, good morning.
Welcome, my dear brother. Kekimel.
Yeah. Celestine Neku. Aga ma kpo agency akpa.
Exactly.
Ofonye sirike. Ofonye sirike na akpo. So, yeah, my brother, Celestine. So now,
Excellent your device.
Now,
Excellent to your device. Speak to me direct.
What I want to tell the world. First of all, let me greet my brothers, my brothers, my real pure brothers, ESN, wherever they are. May God be with them, protect them, guide them. Give them victory on anything we are doing. So, my brother, I want to correct Nigeria at large. I want to correct them. Now, number one, we have Igbo, Hausa, Yoruba, followed with Middle Belt. There was no time they called Fulani. All of a sudden, we began to hear about Fulani. Now, the Oduduwa, rise up, they want to go. Now, the Biafra, rise up, they want to go. Now, Arewa, rise up, they want to go. Each time you listen to the radio, you'll be hearing the slaughter. Who are they slaughtering? The Fulanis are slaughtering the indigenes of the Northerners. So now Middle Belt also rise up, they want to go. All of us want to go at the same time. Now, who are those calling Nigeria when the people are addressing these idiots as Nigeria, trying to prove that they are still Nigeria remaining? My brother, it's just like I am on my own. You come to visit me in my house, I welcome you. The other one come to visit me, I welcome them. All of a sudden, we become 4 friends. At a time, now I decided, my brother, let me go back to my home. That's okay, bye-bye. The other one decided, let me go back to my home. Oh, my brother, see you soon. The other one decided, well, okay, then I will remain because they came to my house. All of a sudden, a stranger who was a passerby trying to draw 4 of us together to hold us ransom, not even to loyal to us, to be loyal to us. No, he is trying to climb us to be the landlord. There is a saying in Igbo language, Urium na that is, a small fowl is trying to act as if that is the woman fowl. Urium na well, I want to tell this, my brothers, Oduduwa, Biafrans, Middle Belt, and Arewa. Don't mention Nigeria. There's nothing like Nigeria. You can only say the Fulanis so that the world will concentrate on your point. Your point matters a lot. When you are addressing the federal government, the federal troop, you are trying to prove to the world that these people are still on the position. Nigeria is still on the position. When you know quite sure Nigeria has been burnt and buried. Sodom and Gomorrah has been burnt and buried totally. They are burnt and buried. Then come to the people who are rejoicing over the victory of him who is trying to liberate them. Our Jesus of our own time. Our Messiah of our own time. Oh, it is only the stupid one who will rejoice over the conquer or victory of his own brother. His own brother. People who are rejoicing over Nnamdi Kanu, I can see some bastard pastors who claim to be pastors. I know that they are retired criminals. They are retired hoodlums. Instead of our people, there is a saying, there's when a criminal began to be afraid of they may kill him or he will leave to the thief, become a robber. He will not change to pastor. I'm not a pastor. All of them are talking against the Messiah, whom they see face to face, just because of what they can gain from what they call the business center church. I want to tell them, is Nnamdi Kanu, I call him Nnamdi Kanu just in the meaning of Igbo language, is a Messiah. Messiah is untouchable. You hold him captive 8 days in Kenya. In that Kenya, you hold him captive at 8 days. Don't you reason what were he eating by then? What were he eating? He was being feeding through the heavenly food. Then I brought him secretly back to Nigeria and took him to court. Why couldn't you call to sit? You can't reason by yourself. Yes, because it is Fulani who are reasoning. Fulani. If I were in the shoe of Fulani, I want to advise you. Know it to you, no matter how you may try to subdue the sons and daughters of the Most High, Most Heavenly Lord, you can never succeed. You see Arewa, no matter, even if you kill them, remember one man, one woman, they will still germinate. You see Biafra, you see Oduduwa, you see Middle Belt, you cannot succeed. We advise you to go back to Futajalon and start rebuilding there. Try to locate where you can get water. I know Muslim, you always fond of water. Try to locate where you can borehole water and get water and start developing there. There is your land. You have no else where to live. Go back there and start developing there. Stop developing the north. You are developing it for another person. Another person whom has been there before you came. You came in a way to pray to them about those Muslim whatever. Now you start conquering them by killing their chiefs, their normal Oba. You start killing them. Start to bring in some all of your Tajalon people inside there. Now you are heading to Igbo land, Biafra. You are heading to Loni, our brother Oduduwa. Fulani, go back to where you came from. There's nothing like Nigeria. Nigeria has been fought spiritually, physically, all around. Nothing again like Nigeria. So my brothers, my point this morning, let me summarize it. Stop. I mentioned it 4 times. Stop addressing these people, the federal troop, the federal government, the federal this and that. Nothing like federal. Address them. Fulani is disturbing our peace. Fulani are disturbing our peace. So that the world will listen and say, why are you saying that Fulani are disturbing your peace? You say, yes, because I'm already in my country, Biafra. You say, what of Oduduwa? No, Oduduwa. We say, no, we are already in our country. We are no longer there. What of Ariwa? No, they are already in our country. No, they will say, okay, Fulani, where is your own country? You will not tell the world that you came from Futajalon. You want to go back to Futajalon. We can as well help you. Develop there. Go back from where you came from. You will see, no matter how it may be. One day, I promise you one day. What thing you want to find, I go see him. Rufai, blood of soccer. One day, you and your we acknowledge you, the number all of you. You see all the ones here you have silenced, all my brothers, especially the man whom I wanted to die for, Governor Wike. Ikwere man wanted to kill me last 2 years because of Wike. Because I was telling them Wike is the best man I ever knew. But look at the way you rough-food my brother. I don't talk of Obiano. Look at the way you people are rough-fooding my brothers. You think I'm looking you with a good eye? Do you think I'm looking you? Go back from where you came from. Is my point. This morning, mark today, mark tomorrow. Go back. Nothing like Nigeria again. Come off our leader you are holding, Messiah you are holding there. It's untouchable. When you try it, you see the worst ever in life will happen upon you people. Cattle here as someone know humus idiot. My brother, let me hold peace. But later, I would like you to send your number direct to my phone so I can communicate to you on certain things and tell you that where I am. That's all the thing.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much, my dear brother, and keep it up. We must continue. Thank you very much.
We will continue.
We must.
Oh, my brother.
No going back.
We must. It's a must. We're not going back. It's a must. It's a must.
This is Radio Biafra HAUSA-SERVICE 2 coming to you from the platform of Radio Biafra London under the leadership of one and only Onyendu Mazi Nnamdi Kanu Ohamadike, one of Biafra land. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is the only incorruptible leader of the indigenous people of Biafra. He is the director of Radio Biafra and her television, and he is the commander of the armies of Biafra. Very, very important and very clear. One thing we must know is this. I must say my own. There's a Kenyan is an enemy to me. I am saying it openly because what they did is unbearable and unforgivable, to tell you the truth. The present president of Kenya, his father was saved in my own land, in Enugu. He was secured by Nnamdi Azikiwe. Zik protected the man, his own father, when he was running about. Zik showed him the real spirit of Pan-Africanism. Zik did not hand him over to the white or people who are looking for him. He was protected in Biafra land by a Biafran and was taken care. He was taken care with our money. Our ancestors had earned money. He was taken care. He was there till the end, up till today. In Enugu, if you go to Enugu, you will hear some names of street or market there bearing the name of the man. Up till today, for you to see how we heroize them, how we practice our own Pan-Africanism, how good we are. But look at what just happened. Look at what just happened. This man is involved in kidnapping our leader and handing over to the Fulani for no reason, on something that didn't even concern them. We have nothing to do with Kenya. We are not fighting with them. We don't quarrel with them, nothing. But they just show that stupidity of an African man. African man is very stupid and foolish. I will continue to say it, whether you like it or not. This man ran to white man country. He was protected there. Nothing happens to him. The white people didn't do anything. Even though we preach against the white people, telling them that they do this, they do that, still they respect his fundamental right, his human right. But the day he stepped into the soil of the so-called Africa, where he came from, the country where one of the father of the present president came to his own house and he was secured. Immediately he came there, the story changed. That is the foolishness. A Kenyan is my enemy. I'm saying it because I can't forgive this. There's no need to come and tell you, say, you know, our church way, we say, I don't forgive you. Whereby the thing is boiling. Until I am sure that I have forgiven, then I tell you, I can't. I'm telling you my own. I don't know for others. I can't take it away. I cannot take it away. So it's better to tell you that me broadcasting now, you are hearing on radio, so that any place you hear my voice, you know that you are my enemy. Short and simple. Because our foolishness as a black man, there is nothing to compare it. Most of them over there worship white people. That's why they give them Jesus. Up to today, see some people kissing cross, bowing down to white something there. All those rubbish. Tell you is Jesus. Don't know who they are. There won't be that is my own stake. I must make it very clear. But we must continue. And we must not be afraid of anybody, any enemy. We must do the needful things. We are watching and preparing and getting ready. This is the answer I will give to those who don't know strategic things. Things must be. Successful things are being achieved in a disciplined and strategic way. That is the way you achieve good success. Not go. At the end of the day, you gain nothing. But when you are silenced, when you calm down and plan things, the day it will explode, it's more eruptic than volcano. people will marvel, because that one is something worse than suicide mission. Can't keep quiet and do it. We are talking for you to know that we are alive. If we don't broadcast, people will say, everything is gone. We keep on saying that does not mean he's only talking, saying these people come, DOS, we don't hear you, this, that. That does not mean they are working. But just wait. One thing I don't like is that when it will start now, you yourself will complain. All these years, people have been saying, we are talking on radio stars. Immediately, just one or two gunshots, where and wherever, people start lamenting again. Anything must have consequence. You must have that in mind. Don't believe when it comes to this kind of things we are doing, struggle for our freedom. Don't just believe in ordinary belief of church miracle or whatever, that it will come through that way. It doesn't work. There must be consequences. We ourselves will pay. They themselves will as well pay when it will come. The sacrifice is vice versa. It's vice versa. Everybody must feel it. But at the end of the day, we will win. We must win because it is our time to win. We will be rounding up our program, but let me see this, my brother, if he want to make a comment before I round up. Caller online, can you hear me? Can you hear me? Can you hear me? Can you hear me? Presume should be cancelling.
I can hear you, Nwachineke. All hail Biafra.
All hail Biafra.
All hail Biafra. All hail Biafra, my dear brother. My name is Excelency. We're calling from Nwachineke and there. I hear your voice. That's why I call. Thank you very much for your analysis, for your teaching. Let them hear it. This is not joke. My dear brother Nwachineke, Obama negotiated with the Taliban. Today, the whole world can see what is going on in Afghanistan, including women, all of them whole rifle to defend themselves in the hand of terrorists. And the other caller now is talking. The same thing these people are doing in Biafra land is the same thing the Taliban are doing in Afghanistan, killing, blocking roads and killing the permanent men. So when you tell these people at home, they think that is joking. Let us see that these people are well meaning, my dear brother. You see, I want to talk about the DOS. Obama is an origin of Kenya. Anybody that root ticket to our leader to that Kenya have a question to answer. My dear brother, we don't need to talk far. Minister of Foreign Affairs is an Igbo man. Anything happen to Igbos, Yorubas outside Nigeria, we must hold ourselves accountable. So let them do whatever they want to do so that nothing will touch him where he is. Because we are not a small boy, all of us know everything. If a man, if the person now is defending 70-something million, Nnamdi Kanu cannot go anywhere without our awareness. If he doesn't want, then he tell us that he is not ruling us. We don't need to be still from the northern for exercising his muscle for working faith. Support we don't have good road, not EPS. So we don't need to beat around the bush. We need to be teaching people so that they will listen. I thank that my brother who call Nwachineke. Keep it up. Oh, Biafra. Thank God, my brother. What you are talking this morning, teach them well. I'm not happy invisible God, immortal. That is what he is. You see him? So we believe on him, and here in Radio Biafra we worship. Oh, but God bless you. Keep it on.
Thank you very much. That's my dear brother. That's my dear brother Kinsley from Morocco. Thank you very much for your contribution. Thank you, all of you, for the good work you are doing. Together we will restore our nation. Together we'll fight this battle. Let not allow anyone to bring whatever they want to bring in or divert our attention. We are more mature than that. Let us tell them that we are more intelligent than them. Let us remain focused. 26th of this month is that day everybody is waiting and watching and praying. And I also want to use this opportunity to remind us about the psalmist and other prayers that we are praying over. This is also very, very important. Make sure you are part and parcel. Make sure you are doing what you're supposed to do. If you are led by the Spirit of God to go extra mile on this in terms of spiritual affair, make sure you are doing it. Please don't relent. Very, very important. We will destroy the enemy physically and spiritually. Very, very important. Those who can pray, pray. Those who offer sacrifice offering, very, very important. Mostly at this time, those in diaspora, for this issue, I advise you, do give away to our people at home. For our leader, just do give away. For sacrifice for our leader. There is too much hunger in the land. Too much hunger in the land. If you call, just ask of price of food commodities, you see how high price of things are. Just for this particular case now, do give away, do sacrifices. The widows, the poor, the needy, the orphans, buy food. I didn't say give them money. Buy food, give them for this issue. Let them eat and smile and let heaven be glorified. And we will see how things will turn around for our sake, to the glory of Jehovah Elohim. Very, very important. Let us remain resolute. Thank you very much and remain disciplined. Biafrans, remain disciplined. If you are an Ipob, be disciplined. Be disciplined. Very, very important. Be disciplined. All these egos and whatever we have been putting together, it didn't lead us to any place. It's just an individual achievement that has no home. It's just an individual something that has no home. That is what we were able to achieve. But apart from that, as a collective, as a family, we could not do anything. What I advise you is to do what? Be disciplined. Let us come together and fight this battle together. Very, very important. Very, very important. And on that note, we bring this program to an end. And I thank you for being part of our program. We started with a word of prayer and we will end it with a word of prayer. Father, we thank you. We bless you. We give you praise. Be thou exalted, Abba Father, ancient of ancient. Jehovah Jireh, Jehovah Nissi, you alone is God, and beside it there is no any other God. We worship you, we adore thee, we glorify your name. Abba Father, Jehovah will bless thee. We lift your name high above every other name. Father, we thank you for the wonderful things you are doing in our life. To the glory of your name, Jehovah El Shaddai Adonai, we present our leader, your servant, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, whom you have given to us for this purpose. Father, everything that happened, you are aware of it, and you are the master of the universe. At the end of the day, you conclude every game, how it's going to end. Even if the enemy may start it, but you will end it. Lord God Jehovah, and the Bible said, your word said in the scripture that you will show mercy upon those you have decided to show mercy. And you have never shown mercy to your enemy. Your mercy always comes to your children, as we see it in the scripture. Therefore, we ask you, Lord, to show mercy, to show favors, to show kindness, as you did to David and other people. Show it to your servant, our leader, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, at this moment, with the family, the beautiful wife, everybody, Lord, show this mercy, show this kindness upon them. And to Biafrans at large, those who are crying, those who are crying to you, widows are crying everywhere, children are crying, because they have no any other hope, if not this your servant. Father, hear their cry, wipe their tears away by doing the needful upon the head of your servant, our leader, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. Jehovah Jireh, Jehovah Nissi, the same way I am presenting ESN to you, O Lord, immortal Redeemer, asking you, my Lord and my God, that you protect them Abba, Father, Jehovah, you guide them. You be with them, O Lord. You will strengthen them wherever they are. Father, they will never be afraid of their enemy. Rather, the enemy will be afraid of them at all time. Jehovah El Shaddai, immortal, immortal, my Lord and my God, I present Biafrans, your children, whom you have covenant with their ancestors years back, O Lord. Father, I present them all over the world as we scatter all over the world, from North Pole to the South Pole, Jehovah Ninsi. At this new moon, Abba, Father, I ask you, let new things begin to happen in our lives, one after the other. Let there be renewal, let there be restoration, let there be revival, Lord. Let there be new things, O Lord God Jehovah. Let good things begin to happen to your people. Father, any old things, any evil things, let it pass by. And let good things begin to come into the life of your people, to the glory of your name. Jehovah El Shaddai, I continue to speak your word that will never return to you void, that the scripture made it, unto the sacred land of Biafra, my Lord and my God, that this land will rise. This land will fight the enemy, wicked men and women living in that land, but they are against what we are doing. Father, let every natural element in that land fight them. Let it fight them, O Lord God Jehovah, that indeed men will see it and know that it is the nature, it is you that is fighting this battle. And your name alone will be glorified. Thank you, blessed Lord. Thank you, Abba Father. Be thou exalted, Lord. Father, I thank thee, I glorify your name, and believe you have answered my prayer, because make this prayer in the beautiful name of your beloved Son, Yeshua HaMashiach. And I leave you with this word at this critical time that you must pray. The Bible says, put on the whole armor of God, that you may be able to come against the wiles of the devil. For we wrestle not against flesh and blood, but against power, against principality, against rulers of world of darkness, and against wicked spirit in high places. Ephesians chapter 6, verse 11 and 12. Shalom.